You hear them too, right?
They're watching. Can you see them? They're going to do that to you.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, creature in the night.
What's happening? Help me.
If only it were that simple.
Maybe you're already dead. Who are you?
She once tried to make them go away.
Mother, do you hear them?
Pretend they weren't real.
Who's that?
But what good is that?
Do you see their faces?
When we are always here.
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside.
With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul.
Where are we? Turn back. This is wrong. This has to be wrong. This place stinks. It's disgusting. It smells like death. I can't breathe. Can you smell the death? It's there he is. Dilius. The light. Go towards it. He's in the house. He's going in. He's disappearing. Follow him. Don't let him disappear. The air. Where's it gone? Keep going. How do you find it? It's just a trial. It's just another test. You just have to solve it, and then you will find him. Then you will succeed. He's so close. Just one little test to do. You can almost reach him. You can almost see him. It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me.
The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. For the water. She could taste the rot. But no one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister.
It's an illusion.
She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like that.
Bridge. It's broken. Fix it. You have to fix it. How are you going to fix it? You have to find him. Quick, get to the house. Get to the house and finish this trial. It doesn't finish until you get to the house. Before he disappears, Senua. You have to get in. found a way. To climb the tower. The ladder. can see it. A line to the truth. The bridge.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farm hands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
Did it? Shh. It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle.
Come to me. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there? Come out if you are.
Where is he? Find him. You have to find him. The runes. Focus. The runes. Focus the runes.
There was a Northman called Grettir. Big, red-haired, immensely strong. But he was afraid of the dark. It happened one night that an undead creature came to his house to drag him outside into darkness and kill him. He resisted with every ounce of his strength. He clung to the doorframe, but it gave way, and they spilled out of the house, and the monster fell back, and the moon shone down on its ghastly face. Grettir, terrified, cuts off its head, but is cursed forever. From that moment on, wherever he was, he would see those hideous eyes staring back at him. Sometimes we allow our own fear to haunt us to our grave.
What's that sound? Dillian! They're coming for me! I'm dying, you There's too much. Someone's calling you. Someone's calling you right here. What's that voice? You can hear Dillian. It's Dillian. Go to him. Dillian. Go to him. He's trying to save you. There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away. You'll die. Run. Run. Run now. Run. It's not safe here. Run. Senua, you don't have your sword. You came through the wrong door. Where's your sword? To defend yourself. You can't touch it. It's Dillian. It's Dillian. Where are we? It's not safe. Dillian! Like they want to kill me.
Senua!
Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this is the end? It's just a trick. It's just a pointless test. You've been fooled before, you could be fooled again. It's been being tested. You don't know. It's just their game for you. You never know which way it's going to go.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
You've come this far, but the bridge is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua? Face. A mask? What is it? What does it see? Get close. The mask is here to watch you fail again. The mask sees. Stay back, don't touch it. You're curious. Focus. Trust us. It's safe. It's another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay? Let's stay here. The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Balder's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Dillion is in. Don't forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillion. You need Dillion. He's waiting for you. He always said he would wait. He's close. He cares about you. He's close. He loves you. Calling you. Dillion. Dillion, we're here. Dillion. We're nearly here. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillion. There he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go before he disappears. Dillian, don't lose him.
Way too many times.
You always let him disappear.
Dillian, there he is.
Quick.
She thought she had light within her. She is pure darkness. You broke it, you killed her. You couldn't see the darkness within you. The curse curse. And now the darkness is swallowing you both.
You are guilty.
Was it worth it? Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
the dark.
The dark world. The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse.
He loved her so much.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Balder's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Dillian saved her.
You owe your life to Dillian.
You owe everything to him. Senua, you've got it.
He saw who she could
Why
be.
isn't he here?
He saw who she
He
really
can't
was.
go up there.
He saw the warrior.
Not in this world.
Not in this world. You can't. He cared in a way that nobody else did.
Look what happens to the things. You had that loved you.
You squashed it, strangled it, eaten it.
The curse cannot be. There he is. Where are you taking
He's
me?
up there.
He's up there.
How do you get up there?
There's a way. There is a way up there. She can do this. You're nearly there. She'll find the way.
The blind god,
You are
Hood,
guilty.
was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't
Was it
taken.
worth it?
Hoth says, I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Hoth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Hoth is slain.
You kill the things you love with your curse. You kill the things that are most precious to you. Dillian didn't deserve this. Was it worth it?
Nobody will love her now.
Can you remember what love feels like?
Look what happens to the things she loves.
She destroys the things she loves. Look what happens to the things she loves. He led you astray.
You should have listened to your father when you had the chance.
Why didn't you listen to him?
This love has tortured you, and it tortures me.
You have no chance for love now.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever again.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Everything gets broken in the end.
You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
The curse strangling you just like it strangled him.
She should have listened to him.
Why didn't she listen to him?
She thought she could defy him. Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend,
Do you know?
Dillian.
Was it worth it? Yours.
She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior.
Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian, a future.
The curse cannot be.
Two realities tearing at her soul.
Do you remember meeting him beneath the tree? What if they're all about wasting your time just to minute by minute by minute? What does she think she's doing? You're special. She thinks she can do. They mean nothing. Being special. Waste of time. It could all be a waste of her time. What if the gods are just toying, playing? What if the gods are laughing at her? Messing with her. It wouldn't be this. Be the first time. He's the reason she's alive at all. You have blood. You are guilty. Was it worth it? Do you remember him whispering in your ear? Dillian saved you from them. Do you remember what it was to touch him? Do you remember this?
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
He's the reason she keeps fighting. He's the reason she keeps fighting. Your curse has claimed Dillian. I didn't know. He was kind. laughing at you.
What if they take you no closer to Dillion?
Dillion, and you letting this get in the way.
If they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle. Kill the things you love with your curse.
Kill the things that are most precious to you.
Dillion didn't deserve this.
You have no chance.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever again. Does it feel warm? Do you feel safe?
Dillion loves you.
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldur's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down and turned these bonds to iron and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
He was kind to her.
What if this is pointless?
What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work?
You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere.
Everywhere. What if they're not real? What if they don't actually make sense?
They're a trick.
The gods were lying.
If you think it makes sense, but really the gods
Does it feel
are
like
playing
being
with you.
It makes sense in your mind, but it doesn't make sense in the real world.
The gods did everything, but it doesn't mean anything. Your last letter was you believed in you. Sinbel was right. You'll succeed. Slow, quicker. Dillion!
Be very, very careful.
Dillion never much cared for the underworld and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Sinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillion's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. And slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Be quick. Be quick. Be careful. Breathe. Where's he gone? It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is
Killing
this the
you
price
would
you
be
pay
too
for the
easy.
gift you have?
They're taking your memories to torture you. They're taking you from the inside.
Gift that makes you
You're
so special in
disappearing
my
one memory at a time. Every time you remember, it disappears. They're going to take everything. They're not yours anymore. They're going to take everything you have. The memories of ghosts. They belong to the gods,
to
not
protect
you.
you
They're
from
eating you from the inside. They want to kill your soul. They want to crush it. They want your body. They want your soul. They want your mind, and they're going to take it. The memories were yours, but they're the gods now. Nothing is yours anymore. It's disappearing with your memories.